Freedom Radio, ProjectFreedom.ws. I'm Howard Nema of Are Change Connecticut, and we'll be getting started in just a moment. I want to give a thanks out to Bobby K for helping us get the truth out on Project Freedom Radio while informedradio.com servers are down. God bless you. Good evening, everybody. I'm Howard Nema, and you are listening and watching We Are Change Connecticut. It is Saturday, August 4th. And let me tell you, folks, it's been a very busy week. Personally, just a crazy amount of information that I've been gathering. I don't even know how to... I'm glad I have 3 hours. I don't even know where we can start. A lot of information in the news. I was sick last week and did some... took a little bit of time away from my overall plan. But I'm here and feeling a lot better. Greetings to everybody out there. And, of course, thanks to Pam Suggs at UnitedTruthSeekers.com and Harry Link, Death to the New World Order, and of course, truthbroadcastnetwork.com, where we're streaming live right now, and of course, Project Freedom Radio. And thanks again uh, to Bobby K. Would be remiss not to thank Roger Landry again, We the People Network. And that song, We the People, is As Your Soul, for anyone out there that's might be curious. The music that I play is a band called As Your Soul, and it is actually my band. So I give myself a little self-plug here on a weekly basis, but what can I tell you? Shamelessly plugging it, ladies and gentlemen. Anyhow, like I said, a lot of news to cover. Then I wanted to, in the last hour, I had put together a compilation of films and examples of um, clips of usage of symbolism with the Masons in so much of Hollywood and the games and the gaming industry. Not the gambling, I mean the video games and all forms of entertainment, really. Um, that just shows this these little messages and talks about the New World Order. And literally speaking of it, in the games it does it, in the movies it does it, and little secrets and little clues to this thing that is the New World Order. So I had broadcast that on Thursday night on truthbroadcastnetwork.com. We had a Truth Talk News, which is Monday through Thursday on truthbroadcastnetwork.com at 9 p.m. And on Thursday, I think it was Thursday night I actually did it, or was it Wednesday? Thursday was I screened something else, I believe. But I thought it was important to screen it, and then I got a lot of response from it as far as on the YouTube page, which you could check out, YouTube, freedomfirstfilms.com. Actually pretty proud of a couple of things. Maybe I'll even go there. This is like something, a quick digression. I realized actually the other day that we're making quite an impact on viewers and getting additional people watching the broadcasts. I mean, I can tell you right now, I'm going to show the screen. This is the Freedom First Films YouTube page. Freedom First Films, which is, you go to YouTube, Freedom First Films. And I'm just really sort of happy because we've been on a very, very consistent basis. I mean, if the stock market looked like the viewership of this show and the other and the station, because it's basically all of these shows are just rebroadcasts. I just upload them for the We Are Change show and the Truth Talk News, and we got 7,200 views, and the upward trend is clear. And you could see that, and then it seems as though I'm gaining new subscribers and everything else, and I'm just very happy and humble with it, because there's no gain here for monetary gain. It's all simply to get the information out, and clearly people are doing that. We're averaging anywhere between 200 and 400 views per day on the page. That's pretty substantial for something I just recently started. So I just want to thank everybody for sharing the information and getting it out there. So speaking of information, here it is. You have the media doesn't want you to know certain things, as we know. And Michael Snyder of the American Dream wrote this article. Basically, armed citizens are defending themselves against a crime wave. So every time this happens, where there's crime and there's murders and all of this, people try to defend themselves. And on occasion, something happens like what happened in Garden Grove, California. A 65-year-old woman with a gun chased 5 armed criminals out of her jewelry store. Now, there's actually a video for this. I can get the video. I probably could find it. I didn't really preamble it with the video, but I could find it easily since I'm on YouTube. And they went in this place to rob her, and she shot her way out of it. And I think that's just great. I mean, they're telling everybody to take their guns away, so only the criminals will have guns. They'll always have guns, ladies and gentlemen. They don't care what the law is. They're lawless people. And that's just one aspect of this. Gun grabbing really gets to me. I mean, I could stick on this subject for the whole show. Um, Going after the guns is just a clear, you know, even though the ones that are going after it think that it leads, they have their minds brainwashed, uh, that it's actually only criminals would use these weapons. If that's true, then what if you have criminals in government? Um, so then then they're in the government and they can use the weapons. So you see why we need that balance. There's a reason for the Second Amendment, and it is not for hunting. So I'm really, every time they try to say that we have to limit arms and limit our weapons, we've got a problem. And it seems to be consistent with any time that there's any type of little push in the road. I mean, somebody gets killed in a car accident. Do they say they have to ban cars? But they keep trying to keep everything safe. Everything's about keeping you safe, but there's always a backward agenda. We can't just live in this world and be worried about everything, that's going to happen, potentially happen, and try to have safeguards against it. It's unrealistic. Like TSA, it's just a joke. It's just, again, bureaucracy. It's a way to milk the people. It's a way to deindustrialize, which is what they've been doing. This is part of the New World Order. They're deindustrializing America right before our eyes, ladies and gentlemen. It happens every minute. It's happening right now. As we speak, our dollar is being devalued. As we speak, the currencies are the gold is gone. I mean, the Federal Reserve, supposedly the Treasury, the Treasury is auditing the Fed, the gold supply of the Fed with the Federal Reserve there. I mean, it's just a joke, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody's just like, oh, well, what are we going to do? Well, what are we going to do is just impeach these people, get them out of office. First of all, end the Federal Reserve. I'm really upset because, in fact, I'm going to file a police report. Somebody this time stole not only my "End the Fed" sign, which is a metal sign. It was actually one of those $20 signs you buy at Home Depot, and it said "End the Fed" on it. I put it in the ground. Somebody stole it. And they stole my Gadsden flag and an American flag. I mean, that's just, I call that a hate crime. So I'll be filing a police report here in Torrington about this. I just discovered it. I don't know exactly when it happened, but it's gone. I discovered it last evening. And I tell you, it's unbelievable that people will do this. Now, again, what was it for? Was it a joke? It happened once before. So whatever it is, it is. But I'm going to make a report. Last time I didn't. I only made a report on the air, and I was very mad. I'm realizing these things. I just got to take these things calmer. I'm not going to let these things affect me as much. But I'm just going to keep putting them on record. This is what happened again. Somebody stole stuff from me on my property, came on my property, and took it because they didn't like what it said. Or, for that matter, they did like what it said, and if that's the case, like I said the last time, I hope they put it on their lawn and show it off. But I really don't think that's the point. I mean, whatever. Beating a dead horse there. Just another example of things that happen, that society is decaying. I would never do. Would you go on somebody's lawn, on their property, and take their property? I mean, how were you raised? What brought you to that thought? Maybe all the crime on television? Television's not, it has nothing to do with it. No, it's got nothing to do with it. Glamorizing violence, nothing to do with it. In the movies, nothing to do with it. It's unbelievable. But we have a decaying society, and we just have to face the fact that it is exactly that, a decaying society that is continuously decaying. Let me look and find this. This is a really interesting clip as we talk here, so I'm going to get the granny, what was this like, what was it? A 65-year-old woman Garden Grove, California. That should do it. Okay. Yeah, this wasn't really funny. It's sort of like it's like funny actually, but you know, it's not funny, but it's sort of, in a way, it's like a comical little video. Here we go. 65-year-old store owner shoots would-be jewelry store robbers. Okay, I'll set the screen properly so everyone can see it nice, and we can. It's sort of, like I said, it's sort of humorous. And thank God she had a weapon. You know, I mean, thank God this woman had a weapon. And I see that there's a lot of people that have made videos about this, and I'm very happy to see that. As I say on every show, what we all need to do is, I mean, we're listening, you're listening, thank you again for listening, and share this broadcast with everyone you know, and tell people about it, tell people about Project Freedom Radio, and truthbroadcastnetwork.com, nformradio.com. We are Change Connecticut. We're all, you know, out there for the same purpose of getting this information out. And in this case, here,
surveillance.
Let me just pause it a little until I get the screen right.
You mix it up. Mix it up.
Stupid commercial anyway.
No.
Yeah, mix it up.
Trust
yeah.
me.
Yeah,
I'm a professional.
Yeah.
Mix it up. It's delicious.
Well, anyway, it's not delicious, but so now it froze, the screen froze. It's hysterical. This woman, hold on a second, has a gun, and now she's actually shooting the people who came in there. They pull up in a car. I'll go give us a background. Of course, you can. There's enough audio here to explanation for those that are listening on Project Freedom Radio, and you got these thugs. They pull up in a van, and oh, it froze. I had to close it out. And they pull up in a van, and they come out with bags, not bags, pillowcases, and they have weapons, you know, and they end up running out of the store because they're little sissies. It's hysterical. They're you know, it just shows how far society has been pushed. If you push us, we will fight back. And in this case, fighting back means a 65-year-old woman defends herself, and now we need gun laws. We got to see what if this woman had hurt herself or something, or like injured some some endangered species, endangered like creature that was going across the ground. You know, I mean, she might have stepped on a slug, and you know that's against the law. And I mean, we're so regulated, people. You don't, you know, you have to pay attention to that. That it's just all these ridiculous laws and everything. For some reason, I'm having some internet issues right now. My page froze, and don't know why it's taking so long. I'll just keep going. I got some more news. If that ever comes back, maybe it will. It won't. I'd show it if I could, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, interestingly enough, without a gun, what could this woman have done? The best she could have hoped for is that the criminals would have taken whatever they wanted, and maybe even worse. And that's true. All right, so finally got my internet back. All right. But it is being very, very naughty. It's not responding. So we have a situation where this heist occurred last Sunday, at the Continental Jewelry at the 120,000 block of Broadhurst Street, and looks like surveillance footage again caught them pulling up in an SUV, and they came out and rushed out and pointed the gun at the clerks and the customer. Seconds later, shots are fired, and the men raced back to the door. I just think it's awesome, you know, that they could, you know, be shot off by what they call an elderly lady. She wasn't elderly. I mean, she's just 60, you know, years old. Let me get back to this. I think I can I'll show you this video. It's really worth the time. It's hysterical. And I really think that it's one of the funnier things that I've seen in a long time. But I don't know, for some reason, all of a sudden my internet's dragging, and my CPU is down. I'm only using like 40%, so I don't understand the lag time here. But here we go. Again, I have broadband. I have all the high connections. I don't know, something's wrong with this. When Harry and I are going to be getting together soon, and you can look at my computer. He knows more about this, and we'll be able to figure this out. Harry at Death to the New World Order on truthbroadcastnetwork.com. Because again, I'm not really the guru here. So what was this again? This was Garden Grove, right? Garden Grove, California. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, Garden Grove, California. That should do it. Just hope it doesn't freeze on me. I'm just going to put the audio through and let it run because I'll clear the picture. It seems that's why it froze last time. I don't know why. It's something to do with this Procaster. All right, here it is. Same exact page, same exact thing I'm clicking on. So let's just hope it works. All right. There we go. This is interesting. I mean, the audio is just as funny as the funny. It's not really funny, but like I said, but let's see what happens. See if it works. Gorilla Radio, Gorilla TV. Gee, I guess it doesn't want to. It doesn't like that. I guess it doesn't want to let me show it, eh? Really weird. See something else. Watch robbers run for the doors after a woman shoots at them. Yeah, why is this thing locking up? It's ads. They're kicking me with ads? That's bullshit. Oh, it's a virus or something. I don't know. These people. Unbelievable. All the world wants to do is sell you something. It's just incredible. It's all it's about. I mean, you just can't even go through your life without being just bombarded with all this stuff that you don't want and don't need. And you can thank Edward Bernays for that. You know, his mind control that he put on the people. Yeah, my internet crashed. What the hell? At least I can get the streaming. I don't really care about this so much. Moving on. Spending way too much time on this. Obama's authoritarian advisor. Oh, now it's going to tell me to close down my internet. No, I'm not doing that. Then I lose you guys. Wonderful. As usual. Nothing's ever easy in this thing. This is unreal. Okay, so it's not responding. I'm just going to keep going. Obama's authoritarian advisor, Cass Sunstein, who is trying to attack people like me who want to tell the truth, has stepped down. The COINTELPRO coordinator. He was in a concerted effort to attack people such as myself and anyone else that speaks the truth or goes against the order. And literally it says that. You can look this up. This isn't my opinion. So we've gotten somebody that stepped down from his position at the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs. And he's going to go back to Harvard Law School, where I guess he was a teacher. That's good for him. All right, whatever. Another one that was, again, this guy's an eco-fascist, sort of like in the same. He goes hand in hand with John P. Holdren. They're against this. This whole thing that too many people in the world and we have to control all the resources. Yep, another one of these people. He's funded by the Soros cronies and all of that. And of course, he said that we need to, break up these, neutralize, good word to use, and that's what they use, neutralize the people that are speaking the truth. I'm Howard Nema, and we'll be right back.
UN Agenda 21, bailouts, sellouts, Lehman Brothers, Goldman Sachs, false flag terror attacks, Bill Gates, Henry Kissinger, New World Order mind control, Bank of America stealing homes with cut and paste mortgage loans, police, state, taser guns, FEMA camps, Mandarin, Monsanto rules the food supply while Big Pharma dopes your mind. Prison system, profiteers, foundations, fund the fears, fund the evil through the years. The world's not as it appears. CIA smuggles drugs while Wachovia and Wells Fargo launder them, then give the proceeds to the owners of the Federal Reserve Bank. Now the IRS takes money out of every single check. Money they created out of thin air and leave you with debt. They want to make you a serf, a slave to their demand. They want to take your life in every way they can. Fluoride, GMO, vaccines, chemtrails, United Nations genocide. The world they show us is not real. This is how they kill and steal. Rothschild, Bundy, Rockefeller, Club of Rome. On the Georgia Guidestones it's written in stone.
A part of that plan, of course, is to induce the gradual surrender of American sovereignty, piece by piece and step by step, to various international organizations, of which the United Nations is the outstanding but far from the only example.
We are Americans, part of something larger than ourselves. For 2 centuries, we've done the hard work of freedom, and tonight we lead the world in facing down a threat to decency and humanity. What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order, where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause to achieve the universal aspirations of mankind: peace and security, freedom, and the rule of law.
The plan as outlined to me was to form an organization of veterans, to use as a bluff or as a club at least, to intimidate the government. I appeared before the Congressional Committee, the highest representation of the American people, under subpoena to tell what I knew of activities which I believe might lead to an attempt to set up a fascist dictatorship. The upshot of the whole thing was that I was supposed to lead an organization of 500,000 men, which would be able to take over the functions of government.
Cut through the matrix, awaken to the lies. Do not be hypnotized. We are one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Watch Truth Talk News Monday to Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on truthbroadcastnetwork.com. Always shamelessly promoting the truth. So, yeah, I had a few problems with the computer there before. I just closed all my other programs. I think this should be okay. I'm just hoping that I can't even tell because it's not being happy to me. Yeah, everything else. All right, there was. I just had I don't know, maybe too many things open. Just happy to be back here. Truth Talk News is a good show. You can check that out. It's a 1 hour sort of like, discussion of the current events and things that are going on. And then on Thursdays, I do a film with a little bit of commentary that's regarding information that is normally not well known, usually films that are insightful. Like The Century of the Self was a great one, but YouTube banned me from putting it on the internet, and they threatened to like close my account, even though it's a fair use product or a fair use film. It is on the live stream on livestream.com, Truth Talk News. You can see that, and I have it uploaded on Vimeo, so it's out there. The film is a British film, tremendous work from the BBC back in, I think, in 2004 or 5, something like that. And it goes into this whole mind control and the way people have been, over the last 100 years, have been becoming people that used to buy things they needed to buying things that made them feel good about themselves. And this whole, like, the way the whole psychology of that is, obviously you see this so clear today with the kids that always have to have the best cell phone or whatever, and this other thing that, you know, they always have to have the trendiest thing. It goes back to Eddie Bernays. Really interesting stuff. Now, I reported during the week on this about the CIA is again back in action, doing their thing with the Syrian rebels, you know, backing the rebels, you know, like they did with Gaddafi, like they do all the time. They back the opposition, and of course, in many cases, they fund both sides of the coin. After all, we know that most of these regimes, if you want to call them that, and I guess that's the right word to use, were put in place by our intelligence community. And I use that as because of you can't leave the Brits out of this. I mean, after all, MI5, MI6. Got to give a shout out to you guys too. And oh, by the way, I haven't in a long time given a shout out. How you doing out there, guys, at the NSA and everyone? You having a good time listening in? I always forget to give you a little kudos since you passed that law. I keep forgetting you record all my broadcasts. Lost the stream and I was muted. Sorry about that, folks. It's Howard Nema, truthbroadcastnetwork.com. Also, of course, streaming live on Project Freedom Radio. I just lost my train of thought. I was in a deep little thing there and realized that there was no audio coming through. Probably the worst crime that I could ever commit, and I keep committing it. It's almost as bad as what the bankers are doing. That's what I was talking about, these criminal bankers. I'll have to edit this video, and I apologize for that for those listening and probably heard nothing for about 10 minutes, and they're probably gone. Really upsetting about that, actually. But my streamer is still going through here and moving along. I just have, it was just, I was talking about the fact that there's so many clues to what happens with the New World Order's plans in films and cinema and music and preambles things, or foreshadows is the right word to use. It's very ironic. It's very in your face. And it's, of course, the biggest part of it is, I think, looking at it from the perspective of control, is that they are so convinced that you're asleep and not paying attention to what's going on, because this bubble gum for your brain that you're using, this bubble gum that's in your mind, it's the bubble gum. You know, you're thinking about, you know, your favorite rock star, you're thinking about your favorite song, you're thinking about your favorite movie, you know, your favorite TV show, your favorite writer, or whatever it is. It's all of these entertaining things that take you away from really how enslaved you are, how your life is really, even if you're doing well, humanity is sick. You know, our nation is sick, and we can all lose from this. It's not just a problem for people that are struggling. People that are doing well don't realize that, well, they already know how they're being taxed, and that's not fair. The way that it's, the whole concept is ridiculous. The people at the top don't pay. See, they address the situation like Warren Buffett. Yeah, tax me, I don't pay nothing. Look at this. And then you dismiss him as being, oh, he's a good guy. See, he's willing to be taxed. But they don't do it. It's a joke. They're not going to be taxed. And they're never going to be taxed. And it's not because, and they're not advocating it. They're just saying, look, we should do this. Because it's not going to happen. Not unless we make the change and say it's not these rich. Anybody who makes over $10 million should be taxed accordingly. That's it. But the problem is, that is getting higher. Like now, what are you talking about? But no, 10 million is a pretty good starting point. Or maybe we can say 100 million. How about people who make 100 million have to pay more? How about people who make 500 million? Okay. It's not so much that they're always going to be paying more money because the poor don't have the money to pay. But the tax system is designed to pay the people at the top to collect the money for the people at the top who pay no taxes. Okay, you understand that? The Federal Reserve prints this phony money, this monopoly money made out of nothing. It's basically just a promise, okay? And it creates this out of nothing. Everything gets inflated, prices go crazy. Then the debt is owed to the Federal Reserve Bank, and the IRS collects all of our taxes to pay on the debts of each dollar that's been printed. And this is factual, not just all these programs that everyone thinks get paid for by our taxes. In fact, the majority of it doesn't. It goes to paying interest. That was determined by the Grace Commission report in 1984. The fact that Reagan issued it, I think, is probably one of the reasons they tried to kill him, because he did issue it in 81. Or maybe it was after he got shot or before. I don't remember. I'd have to look back. But that would be interesting if it was actually before he had gotten shot. It would be just another reason for them wanting to kill him. They being the cabal, the people that, these things don't just happen. They're not accidents. These are like, happenstance. Somebody tries to kill the Pope. It's not, it's not just radicals, people, Osama bin Laden, come on. Osama bin Laden, 9/11. You believe 19 people with box cutters pulled that off and defeated the greatest military on earth? With our pants down, because they were doing the same exact exercise for a terrorist attack at the time it occurred. Well, they had the intelligence, and that's how come they did it that way. Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got bridges to sell you. In fact, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna sell you the Twin Towers. That's right. They're gone, but I'll sell them to you, because that's the madness for the people that believe this. The FBI found 2 of the hijackers' passports in the rubble, almost pristine. Come on, they're lying. Bombs going off everywhere. 9/11's coming, and Howard Nema and Harry Link will be down at ground zero, spreading the truth about what's going on here for truthbroadcastnetwork.com. And I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be an awesome event. All right. A lot of stuff to still go over. I had that little break in the stream there. Sorry about that for everybody. It'll be, again, up on Freedom First Films on YouTube for the rebroadcasts. And you can also catch them at livestream.com, Truth Talk News. All right. Obama is still deflecting all this Middle Eastern problems and saying he's playing he's really just not talking about what's going on. And we know the CIA is already probably very close to getting a plan together to take out the Assad. They want to, again, go in there and establish another Rothschild central bank, take all the resources of the country like they did in Egypt, take away all the resources of the country like they did in when they took down Gaddafi. And the Libyan people were not living under tyranny, ladies and gentlemen. They had a good thing going. Not anymore, though. More war drums beating in Iraq. For Iran. I mean, it's just never ending. Why don't we just leave the world alone? Because we can't. It's a new world order. We have to bring everyone together and conquer them for peace. The American imperialist, Saxe-Coburg-Gotha clan have to, the British crown, we have to, again, we are a colony of England. I say this to folks that don't understand this. This is not our country, even though we have this Declaration of Independence and the government. The people that own the money, okay, the bankers who are ruling the show, and the Council on Foreign Relations who get all the State Department agenda going through their Bilderberg meetings. That's who's running the show. Those people are really, but everyone thinks we have freedom and independence and liberty. Well, you just try to have liberty and freedom like I do, and believe me, I've lost a lot just by talking the truth, by having my right. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to like me. You could turn me off. That's the freedom of speech. You don't have to listen to me. But taking away my right to speak, because of what? Because I speak of something that you don't want known? Well, that's classified. It's against national security. It's against national security, right? I'm a threat to national security. Fuck you, and fuck national security. And fuck these communist scum, these Bolsheviks that have hijacked our government. Fuck them. I'm not going to bow to them or anyone else. And I'm going to expose them every time they try to shut me down or discredit me or my friends, or harm my friends or myself. I mean, I've been literally hit, ladies and gentlemen, and I swear it's very true. And there are many people that
You're listening to Project Freedom Radio, ProjectFreedom.ws, and watching TruthBroadcastNetwork.com.
We're all under attack. It's like, we're all subject to indefinite detention.